An armored recovery vehicle is an armored vehicle used during combat for recovery or repair of battle-damaged and inoperable armored fighting vehicles. The term armored repair and recovery vehicle is also used. Development history. Early models. During World War I, some British Mark IV heavy tanks were fitted with jibs to produce salvage tanks, but the majority of the work was at the tank parks in aid of maintaining and repairing damaged tanks. Second World War. The first true ARVs were introduced in World War II, often by converting obsolete to damaged tanks, usually by removing the turret and installing a heavy-duty winch to free stuck vehicles, plus a variety of vehicle repair tools. Some were also purpose-built in factories, using an existing tank chassis with a hull superstructure to accommodate repair and recovery equipment. Many of the latter type of ARV had an A-frame crane to allow the vehicle's crew to perform heavy lifting tasks, such as removing the engine from a disabled tank. Post-war. After World War II, most countries' MBT models also had corresponding ARV variants. Many ARVs are also equipped with a bulldozer blade that can be used as an anchor when winching or as a stabilizer when lifting, a pump to transfer fuel to another vehicle, and more. Some can even carry a spare engine for field replacement, such as the German Leopard 1 ARV. Characteristics. ARVs are normally built on the chassis of a main battle tank, but some are also constructed on the basis of other armored fighting vehicles, mostly armored personnel carriers. ARVs are usually built on the basis of a vehicle in the same class as they are supposed to recover. A tank-based ARV is used to recover tanks, while an APC-based one recovers APCs. Some combat engineering vehicles are based on ARVs. List of ARVs. The following is a list of ARVs by country, either designer, manufacturer or user. Canada Ram ARV, AVGP Husky. Czechoslovakia VT-34 ARV, VT-55A ARV, VT-72B ARV, VPV. France M32 tank recovery vehicle, based on the Sherman tank. M74 tank recovery vehicle, AMX-30D, based on the AMX-30. Leclerc Mars, based on the AMX-56 Leclerc. Indonesia AMX-D. Anno ARV, BREML. Bofel ARV, Leg-1 AVLB. Japan Sherry tank recovery vehicle, Type 97 Kaiha tank chassis, Type 70 tank recovery vehicle, Type 61 Rokuichi tank chassis, Type 78 tank recovery vehicle, Type 74 Nanayon tank chassis, Type 90 tank recovery vehicle, Type 90 Kyumaru tank chassis. Type 11 tank recovery vehicle, Type 10 Hitomaru tank chassis. Germany World War II Bergepanzer III, PZKPFW3 chassis. Bergepanzer IV, PZKPFW IV chassis. Bergepanther PZKPFW Panther chassis 347 produced. Berger Tiger, PZKPFW Vi Tiger I chassis. Berger Panzer 38 Jagd Panzer 38 chassis, 170 produced. Berger Panzer T-34 captured T-34 chassis. Modern Berger Panzer M74 first TRV, AARV of the West German Bundeswehr 300 used 1956 to 1960. Berger Panzer I M88 chassis, the first of 125 entered service in 1962, and a 1985 modernization program replaced the gasoline engine with a diesel and improved the hoist. Berger Panzer II Leopard 1 tank chassis, used by the Canadian Forces since the 1990s as Taurus ARV. Panzer III, Bofel, Leopard 2 chassis, Panzer Wise and Panzer II chassis. Modified and upgraded by Flensburger Fahrugbau to support the demands of the future battlefield, optimized to support the Leopard 1 and 2 main battle tanks. Panzer Wise and 2 Leopard 2 chassis. Successor of the Weisand, built by Flensburger Fahrugbau. Israel Trailblazer, an IDF recovery engineering vehicle based on HVSS-equipped M4A1S Sherman tanks. It featured a large single-boom crane and large spades at the front and rear of the vehicle to assist in lifting. It could also tow up to 72 tons. Technical and fitter ARVs based on the M113 with crane attached. Nemra, modern recovery vehicle based on Merkava tank chassis. Several prototypes have been built, but it never fielded in large number in the IDF. The current ARV in IDF use is the American-made M88 recovery vehicle, which is accompanied and assisted by an IDF Caterpillar D9 armored bulldozer. Malaysia WZT-4 built by Polish Bumala Bedi. Mexico M32 Chenka in 1998. NAPCO International of the USA upgraded M32B1T RV M4 Sherman chassis armored recovery vehicles with Detroit Diesel 8V9 2T diesel engines. Poland CW34. WPT-34. WZT-1, WZT-2, WZT-3, WZT-4 produced for Malaysia, WPT Ethiopia, WPT Morse, KWZT Mammoth, heavy-wheeled evacuation and technical rescue vehicle. Serbia, Yugoslavia M84ABI, the ARV based on Yugoslav, Serbian M84 MBT, VIU-55 Munja. Soviet Union. The Russian acronym BREM stands for, literally, Armored Repair and Recovery Vehicle. BTS-2, BTS-4A, BREM-1, BREM-2, BREM-L, BREM-K. BREM-8OU. United Kingdom. The British tested the first ARV designs in early 1942. The decision at the time was to focus on the Churchill infantry tank as the basis, but Cruiser tank-based ARVs were also produced. When the UK received supplies of US medium tanks, first the M3, then M4 Sherman, conversions were made of these to operate alongside and to simplify support. World War II Cavalier ARV, Churchill ARV, Crusader ARV, Centaur ARV, Cromwell ARV, Grant ARV, 2 marks. The first was a British conversion, the second was a US M31 TRV in British service. Sherman 3 ARVI, Armored Recovery Vehicle conversion of Sherman 3, similarly, Sherman VARV Mark I, and ARV Mark II. Sherman ARV-2, conversion of Sherman V with dummy gun in fixed turret, 7.5-ton gibbet front, spade earth anchor at rear. Sherman 2 ARV MK3 was AM32B1 TRV. Modern Centurion ARV. FV219 on A45 Universal Tank Chassis. FV220 Conqueror ARV, Chieftain FV4204 ARV, FV434 Carrier, Maintenance, Full-Tracked, M578, Challenger Armored Repair and Recovery Vehicle. FV-106 Samson, complement to the Combat Vehicle Reconnaissance series of vehicles. FV-513 Warrior Recovery Vehicle, complement to the Warrior Tracked Armored Vehicles. BARV. The BARV is a British military support vehicle, the name coming from Beach Armored Recovery Vehicle, for working in shallow water. Various models were based on the M4A2 Sherman, Centurion and Leopard 1A5 tank chassis. Australia converted a M3A5 Grant to a BARV configuration. United States M31 tank recovery vehicle, based on M3 Lee chassis. M32 tank recovery vehicle, or M32 TRV, based on the Sherman tank chassis with turret replaced by a fixed superstructure, 60,000 pounds winch and an 18 feet long pivoting A-frame jib install. An 81mm mortar was also added into the hull, primarily for screening purposes. M32B1 M32s converted from M4A1S, M32A1B1 M32B1S with HVSS, later removing the 81mm mortar and incorporating crane improvements. M32B2 M32s converted from M4A2S, M32B3 M32s converted from M4A3S. M32A1B3 M32B3S brought up to M32A1B1 standard. M32B4 M32s converted from M4A4S. M74 tank recovery vehicle upgraded the M32 to provide the same capability with regards to heavier post-war tanks, converted from M4A3 HVSS tanks. In appearance, the M74 is very similar to the M32, fitted with an A-frame crane, a main towing winch, an auxiliary winch, and a manual utility winch. The M74 also has a front-mounted spade that can be used as a support or as a dozer blade. M74B1 same as the M74, but converted from M32B3S. M578 based on the M110 chassis. M51 heavy recovery vehicle, based on the M103 heavy tank chassis. M88 recovery vehicle, based on the chassis and parts of the automotive component of the M48 Patin and M60 Patin.